How's it going, guys? Xamfam here. If you're wondering what this thing is like a relic of digital camera technology. This isn't one of the first digital cameras ever made, but I would say that this camera is probably one of the front runners in terms of digital camera technology. I mean, just look at this. One whole megapixel. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you guys can. One whole megapixel in this thing, right? It used a standard memory card, well, compact flash, which is arguably pretty standard at the time. Nowadays we have SD cards, CF Express, things like that. I got this camera at a thrift store for I think $7.99. It came with a little case for it and everything. And I was beyond stoked. Even if it didn't work, I was like, dude, it just kind of looks iconic, right? Like Kodak digital science is what it says on it. I'll get a close up on that for you guys so you guys can actually see that. But I was beyond stoked. It took 4 AA batteries. So when I got home, popped those bad boys in and it worked. I was like, so hyped. And I mean, just listen to the zoom. I don't know. I think that's awesome that it works for being 26 years old. Also, just a quick side note for the age. I'm referring to the manual. I don't have the actual physical manual myself, but online I found someone that scanned it, turned into a PDF. The copyright on that manual is 1998. So I'm going to say this camera is as old as me. Yes, 1998. I'm old. It's my birthday. I don't know when I'm releasing this, but it's probably going to be my birthday around the time I'm an old man going through an existential crisis, which might be the reason why I'm making these videos. But anyways, let's talk about this camera, guys. All right, so like I mentioned, this is the Kodak DC210 Plus. A little quick fact about Kodak Digital Science is they started making backs for current existing film cameras back in the 90s. So I'll put up on the screen right now like a Nikon film camera has this giant, like probably as thick as this, if not bigger, digital back on it that would convert the film camera to digital. And I don't even think those were 1 megapixel. I'll pull up the spec sheet right now and find out. So those were kind of the first steps into digital photography available for commercial everyday use. And then I hope you guys can hear that. He literally just cried. I think he's mad I'm not playing with him. But anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. So yeah, I would say Kodak was kind of the leader in terms of making digital cameras commercially available. Now this thing, when it came out in 1998, this was not cheap. 1 whole megapixel, can y'all guess how much this thing costed? Like, please take a wild guess. I know most of y'all probably don't know anything about cameras. If you do, maybe you'll have a guess. So when this camera came out, it was $700. Can you imagine $700 for 1 megapixel? Okay, for example, if you don't know how many megapixels are in, let's say, everyday cameras, I'm going to put up a little spec sheet of just the average consumer camera in today's day and age. And that just shows the comparison of how much technology has advanced. And this thing came out in 1998, right? That's not too far away. That's not that old, right, guys? 1998 isn't that old. But no, seriously, like if you compare 1998 to 2008, in 2008, I would say that's when the digital camera revolution really started. I mean, Casio, Fujifilm, Kodak, Canon, everyone's releasing these digital cameras. Matter of fact, let's see, I probably have one. Like this Nikon Coolpix, also from a thrift store. I mean, this is probably 2010, but around that era is when digital cameras really started taking off, right? And between that time frame, this camera right here, this little Nikon Coolpix, I want to say this probably has like 10 to 15 megapixels in it, right? Our phones, probably 10, 15, 20, maybe 40, depending what phone you have. Like megapixels are on the rise, and it kind of became an obsession with cameras, and it's kind of deceiving. Some cameras can say they have like 40 megapixels, but realistically they're just boosting up the specs, boosting up the resolution. So it's not really 44 megapixels, but that's for a whole different video. I have another video planned for some Amazon scammer, as I call it. But anyways, back to the Kodak, right? 1 megapixel, $700. Let's take a look at these specs real quick. This thing, a whopping 1 megapixel, right? It has a 1/3 inch CCD sensor. 1/3 inch, I'm going to put a comparison to 35 millimeter film, to medium format film / medium format cameras, just so y'all can see how small the little sensor in this thing is. The resolution of this camera is 1152 by 864. That is like less than 720p. If I downscale this video, it would be pixels, right? Tiny. It does have built-in flash. Ooh, did that go off? I actually don't know if it went off. Oh, Is that even taking pictures? Oh, it's still reviewing. All right, let's see. Does it have flash? Oh, Jesus, it does have flash. Okay. That is I'll put that picture on the screen. That is beautiful. Okay, so it does have flash that goes off on auto, right? It says right here, high quality optical glass. The range equivalent, gets a little zoom. That range equivalent is 29 to 58. So kind of similar to 24 to 70, which is a common, focal length for a lens. The shutter range is from 3/60th of a second to half a second, which 3/60th is actually, I would say, pretty fast for this old of a digital camera. That's definitely able to freeze motion. Maybe not a bullet, but it can definitely freeze some motion. Aperture range, this is what everyone always geeks out about on lenses, right? The aperture range is f4 to f13.5. When it's in telephoto, it's 4.7 to 16. The screen on the back is 1.8 inches. I don't know how accurate that is. That does not seem like... It seems kind of small for 1.8 inches, I'm not going to lie. Not to shame size or anything. The actual dimensions are 131 by 48 by 82 millimeters. So decent. This could fit in like a big pocket. If you're wearing skinny jeans, this is not fitting in this. But this is before skinny jeans. That's how old this is, guys. The weight is 320 grams. So she's just a little chunky for a pocket camera. But like, she cute, We gotta respect the little chonkers. And then besides the actual tech specs, I mean, this thing, for $700 back in the day, what is that equivalent in today's inflation? Probably even more. Probably like $1,000. I don't know. I just made that number up. But $700 gets you a little pocket zoom, right? I actually don't know how loud that is. Sorry, guys. That's just blaring your ears. But I think this is all it came with. Was literally just a camera, DC cord to plug it into a wall. And I think it came with software to plug into Windows. So you could upload the images straight to your computer. I don't have the software. I don't have the cable. I literally don't even know what I would search for. Like, it's literally a barrel. Like, it says video out, and it just looks like an aux cord. I'm like, what? Who has that? What computer can I plug that into, right? 1998, bro. Long time ago. Dinosaurs, bro. Dinosaurs. All right, really quick, I just want to take a look at the menu and give you guys kind of a close-up on that. I think that's super fascinating about this old tech is seeing how Kodak or these cameras decided to, I guess, make menus and navigation what they thought would look good. It doesn't. Kind of go through that, and then I'm just going to take some random pictures, just put them up on screen while I'm talking about it, just so you guys kind of see the quality. It's 1 megapixel on a 3rd inch CCD sensor camera. 3rd inch CCD, that's probably smaller than security cameras. And we all know security cameras are doo-doo quality. Alright guys, this is the camera in all of its glory. Actually, I think it has a really good looking design. I think the beauty light is helping it out quite a bit. But I mean, honestly, like, it has a pretty good form, right? Like a little curve on top. Nice box. Almost feels like a like point and shoot film camera, like a disposable one. Kind of feels like that. It's got a lot of weight. It's definitely feels more weighted on the right side than the left. But I think that's also because that's where the batteries are. So anyways, yeah, let's turn this on so you guys can kind of see what it was looking like from my end. So power button is right on top. One press. Little light comes on. Ooh. You can hear that lovely zoom again, right? So, if you guys can see on the actual zoom, T stands for tele, W stands for wide. So as I'm zooming in and out. Oh, it's actually really cool. I just learned this today. Look at that live view on a 1998 digital camera. I can't turn the screen up, so it's kind of hard to show you guys anything besides that. But I'll put my hand right there. Is it in frame? If I zoom in and out. Ooh. Pretty cool, right? I mean, that's pretty impressive tech, I think, for 1998 little digicam. I'm going to turn that off to save some battery, because one of the things in the reviews is people always say this thing drains through batteries, which I totally believe. Any camera that runs off of batteries is going to, well, AA batteries, I should say, it is going to eat through batteries like crazy. But anyways, let's go to the menus, yeah? So this little dial actually controls everything. As you can tell, there's like no real other buttons, minus flash, macro mode. I believe that's timer. Yeah, it should be timer. And shutter button. So this is basically your command dial for everything. So right now I'm in capture. That means I can take pictures. Ooh, shows me a little display. Pretty cute, pretty cute. If I want to look at all the pictures I've taken, I would move the dial to review. And then just give it a second. She old, guys, she old. She needs a little time to load everything, right? Here we are. Look at all these lovely images. I forgot how I scroll through, I'm not going to lie. Oh, bro, I'm so dumb. Literally, these giant indicating arrows will probably be how I move through pictures, right? Yeah, there we go. And then, how did I just do that? There we go. Ooh. Hopefully this is in focus, guys. If it's not, I deeply apologize. Those are the pictures that I was taking of the ring light. Pretty abstract. Might give me an art show or something. Beautiful picture of me. Look at that. Look at that handsome lad. Close up and everything. Beautiful. And that was a picture I just took. So the memory card itself that came with the camera, I want to say it's only like 16 megabytes. It is not that big. I'm not going to lie. It is not that big. But these pictures are only, what, probably a couple of kilobytes each photo because it's only 1 megapixel, right? Super low amount of data. If we scroll through the menu more, we can see different settings. Like that's trash. I actually don't know what this one does. Oh, zooms in. Wow, look at that. Jack in HD, huh? And then this one, I think. Oh, I don't think. There's no thoughts. Head empty. I don't know what that's supposed to do. Oh, that might be the image transfer mode. Yeah, pretty neat. Scroll through. Pretty cool. If I go to connect, this is when it wants me to connect to a computer with the video out or the transfer cable. I don't have that, so we're just going to skip past that part. And then if we go to preferences, there's actually quite a few options, like more than I expected from this. So obviously best because we're the best, right? But there is better and good for quality. I just thought it was funny how they named that. Like good, better, best. But we the best, right? Scroll down, resolution, there's standard and high. Template, I'm assuming there's templates that you can get from the computer, like the computer program. Since I'm not plugged in, I don't think I have any templates we broke out here. And then you can set date and time. And then there's actually two different file formats. There's FlashPix, which is like Kodak's own image format. Let me fact check that just to make sure. And then JPEG. JPEG is obviously the most universally accepted, so we write out with JPEG. Quick view just means like when you take a picture, you know, it shows you a little preview of it. Day and time. Oops. And then screen brightness. Ooh, 2.0. Ah, minus 2.0. As if it at default. And then format the card. Video out, NTC or PAL. PAL's for European displays. NTSC is 60. PAL, I believe, is 50. Language. You guys want to go to a different language? Let's see. Espanol? Italiano? Nah. We're going to say English. And then about, I believe it's just for, oops. About should just be firmware. Yeah. Look at that 3D logo. You know what that reminds me of? I might date myself right now, but that reminds me of like Modern Warfare 2. Those little animated emblems with like the skull. That literally looks like that. Firmware version. Actually, what's really cool about this camera, if you guys watched my last video, I talked about shutter count. This camera literally tells you in the camera, images captured, 344, I think that's what that says. 346, I can't read. I got my degree in art, not in literature, right? It also tells you how many flashes were used. I don't know if online it tells you the shutter life or flash bulb life in these cameras, but only 300. This thing was not used a lot, so whoever bought this probably just used it in the house, and that's about it. It's honestly in really good condition. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much it, guys. There isn't too much to a 1998 digital camera, right? But I think it's just really cool to look at. I love just old cameras like this. I think they're really cool, but that might also just be my bias because I just love cameras and photography in general. But seriously, I mean, if you have a camera like this laying around the house, like, I really think this is like a piece of history, right? Like, in 10 years, there might not be that many more of these laying around. Or there's going to be a bunch. Who knows? Maybe there's some dude hoarding like a an entire collection of these things. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this little Kodak DC210 Plus zoom camera by Kodak Digital Science Megapixel. It's a mouthful, right? I want to take this camera out. I'll probably take it out before I upload this video and then show some pictures of it out in the sun. Get some nice natural lighting, not just pictures around my house, you know. But yeah, if you guys want to see more camera videos, make sure you subscribe. I plan on making videos for pretty much every camera that I own, which is quite a lot. I'm not going to lie. Like a good chunk. But yeah, guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I have a YouTube short of all my cameras that I currently own. If you want to see a video on a specific camera, just let me know, leave a comment, and I'll make a video about that camera. I'll kind of prioritize it in the list. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys liked it. Leave a like. Don't like it. Leave a dislike. No one else can see it but me. But yeah, bye.